What distinguishes the aesthetics of a tattoo from other types of body art? The earliest known tattoo dates back to 3350 BCE. Since then, different methods of tattooing have developed independently at different times across many civilizations. But all the methods have one thing in common: they inject pigment under the skin to make the markings permanent. So to answer the original question, aside from being painful, the distinct quality of a tattoo is that it's effectively part of the skin. However, less painful than a tattoo session is the next few minutes of your time to learn how to create a shader in Blender to replicate the look of a tattoo. Here, in the shading workspace, let's quickly set up a realistic skin material by selecting a natural base color and adding subsurface scatter, all on the principled BSDF node. This immediately gives the material a skin-like quality, but in its present form is too smooth to look natural. So let's add some imperfections. To do this, we need some additional nodes, and the easiest way to add any node is to bring up the Add menu and search the node by its name. For example, a Mix Color node, a Map Range node, and a Noise Texture node. These three nodes, put together, generate random markings, soften them, and use the result to mix the base color of the skin with a slightly darker variation to give a faint appearance of freckles. This brings us to a point where we can add the tattoo. To do this, let's use this image, and to make sure it has an alpha channel, let's save it in PNG format. When you do this yourself, I suggest you also add a glow effect to the image, like I have done here, as it will enable us to do something interesting later down the line. Back in the shading workspace, let's not waste time to add a Mix Color node, a Map Range node, an Image Texture node, a Mapping node, and a Texture Coordinate node. These nodes take the tattoo image, mix it with the base color of the skin, and add it to the shader in a way that the image effectively becomes part of the skin material. Moreover, with the Map Range node, you can give the tattoo a fresh or faded look. This looks good and was relatively easy to set up. The advantage of this shader is that it's completely decoupled from the underlying mesh, meaning that if you make changes to the sculpture, you don't need to make any changes here to the shader. However, the disadvantage of this shader is that it's completely decoupled from the underlying mesh, meaning that if you place the tattoo over a large region with some curvature, for example the neck and shoulders, the result would be distorted. We can fix this in a few easy steps. First, let's move over to the Texture Paint workspace, where ironically, we will not do any texture painting. Instead, open the image of the tattoo on the left-hand side. And on the right side, switch to Edit mode. Now let's select the area where we want to place the tattoo. Then open the UV menu and select Unwrap, which should show the result on the left-hand side, where we can move, rotate, and scale the unwrapped mesh so that it covers the entire image. Finally, head back to the shading workspace, where we only need to change the output of the texture coordinate node from object to UV and make adjustments to the values on the mapping node. As a result, we now have a relatively large tattoo that properly follows the curvature of the sculpture. But we're not quite done yet. If you remember, I mentioned that if the image of the tattoo has some form of glow effect around it, we can do something interesting. So let's bring in two nodes. Here, the map range node takes the relatively smaller values of alpha from the glow effect and passes it over to the mix node, which adds a faint trace of redness to the area around the tattoo, giving the impression of recently inked and irritated skin. This gives the tattoo a more natural look, but there are a few things to consider. First of all, the size of the model. The sculpture I've used in this tutorial is about 5.5 units in height. Depending on the size of your model, you will need to adjust these values accordingly. Second, with the recent method demonstrated in this tutorial, if you change the sculpture, you need to go back and repeat the steps for UV unwrapping. Finally, for the purpose of this video, I used a simple material for the base of the skin. However, if you want something more sophisticated, you should have a look at my tutorial on realistic skin. As for this one, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.